Hi, my friends, how are you? I'm so glad that you stopped here. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and it is what you can expect when you first start a workout routine or a fitness routine or an exercise routine, anything that is brand new to you. So maybe it's something that you haven't done yet, or maybe you've never worked out a day in your life and you're like, I know I need to start doing something about the way that I feel, it's not even about your body anymore, right? It's not like an energy necessity. And, or maybe the doctor said, hey, look, you got to start exercising. So here are some things that you can expect. My name is Holly Hierman. I've been in the fitness industry since the year 2000. I have a kinesiology degree, Bachelor of Science in kinesiology. And I've been working one-on-one with individuals for almost 10 years online, as well as been teaching group fitness classes since 2001. So all of that set aside, this is a very, very passionate topic for me because I love helping people discover that exercise isn't a punishment. It's actually a reward, and it really helps you to be a better person in general. Thank you so much for the thumbs up and the encouragement, you guys. I really, really appreciate your time. Time is so valuable, right? Which is one of the reasons why people don't work out. But I gotta tell you, 30 minutes a day is all it really takes to boost your metabolism, to boost your mentality, to have a better emotional outlook in general, have more positive relationships. Like, just do some research on the benefits of exercise, and you're going to see that it is, there's just so much information out there supporting the benefits of exercise mentally, emotionally, and then of course physically as well. We all know those benefits. Okay, so here's what to expect. Number one, you can expect that you're gonna get tired. So when you're first starting out, I think this is the number one mistake that people make, is if they're working out with a DVD, or if they go into a group fitness class, or if they step into a gym. The first thing we try to do is we try to be like an Olympic athlete or something. We try to, compete or compare ourselves to the other people in the room. And I'm begging you, please don't do that. It's your first day. Nobody expects you to go full out and go crazy on your first day. So some things that you might experience, lightheadedness, you might even see like little balls of light flashing, in front of your eyes. Don't worry. There's nothing wrong with you. That's just the blood moving through the blood vessels across your eyes. It's totally normal. You might even experience that your sight goes black. There are some things that happen. I'm going to tell you, if you do experience any one of those things or dizziness, slow down. That's a good sign. Your body's saying, hey, let's pace ourselves a little bit here. And that's something that's very natural and very normal that happens, especially when you take your body from a standing position to a seated position, or maybe laying down and then back up. So when you move body position, that is definitely going to happen quite a bit. So don't let that scare you. Don't let that frighten you. It is something that happens to everybody, even myself. This morning in my cycle class, I had to take it down a notch because I noticed I was going at such a fast pace that my heart rate was beating faster than felt normal. And I thought, okay, I need to take it down a notch. And, and it's fine. I still got a great workout. I don't have to, but I do have a little bit of competitiveness within me. So sometimes I'm like, I gotta keep up with that person next to me. And I think that so many of us do that, right? We all think that we have to, puff ourselves up and be, I don't, what's wrong with us, right? We don't need to do that. The only person that you're competing with is yourself. Okay. That's it. So especially when you're first starting out, one of the best things that you can do is pace yourself. It's better to go too light and make it through the whole workout and feel really, really accomplished and good about yourself than to totally go full bore, crash and burn, and then the next day you don't want to do it again. Okay, so let's ease ourselves into the workout routine. The second thing that you're going to experience is, of course, muscle fatigue, even muscle soreness, tiredness. So let's say, for instance, you're doing a lot of squats and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, my legs feel like they're going to give out. Totally normal. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with you. I've even heard it explained as like little bubbles, somebody was doing chest press and they explained it like little bubbles. or like a ripping sensation? And I said, well, yes, that's actually kind of normal, but I did recommend that person, let's do less weight next time. Let's take more breaks. Because yes, you're going to feel fatigue and you're going to feel, they typically call this the burn, right? The muscle burn. And all of that's normal. However, when you're first starting out, you don't want to kill yourself on the first day, because like I said, if you can't even get out of bed to walk the next day, what's the chances that you're going to stick to something? Okay. So I want you to ease yourself into this. So that's number 2, is muscle soreness. And then if you're wondering, how long is this going to last? I remember one of my best friends in high school. I was a gymnast, so I was used to being sore, and I forget all the things that go along with it. And I had encouraged him to start lifting weights with me. And so we started lifting weights together. And the next day he's like, no, I really think that there is something wrong with me, Holly. Like this should not be happening. And I said, well, explain what's going on? And he's like, I can't extend my arm. It hurts that bad. And I was like, oh, you're just sore. He's like, no, like I injured myself. And I was like, you didn't. And it turns out he didn't. It was just muscle soreness, because if you're that tight, sometimes that means you pushed it too hard, you did too much, and it's just muscle soreness. Okay? But here's the good news. It's called delayed onset muscle soreness, and it usually lasts anywhere from 1 to 7 days. It can't last longer than 7 days. So from any one session of exercise, it's not going to last longer than 7 days. So if you super overdo it, don't worry about it, because within the next week, and for me, it's typically only like 2 to 3 days, but it can be longer. The third thing that happens to many of us when we first start with a workout routine is we get really fired up. We get really excited. We think that it has to be hard, right? Because if I'm suffering a lot, if I'm hating this, if I'm like dying, then it's real exercise, right? No, absolutely not. In fact, I want to encourage you. One of the things that's going to help you stick with a workout program is if you're having fun, if you're having a good time. So I want to encourage you to find something that you actually enjoy. It's like, I think it's so ridiculous when people are like, I need to start working out. I guess I'm going to go jogging tomorrow. What? Like, jogging is hard. I know for me personally, I have lots of physical limitations, and jogging is a challenge. That's not something that I do. My knees aren't okay with it. My back's not okay with it. So that's not something that I do. I'm not supposed to do any impact. So finding exercises and workout routines that is right for your body, not only your body, but also right for your, like, what fills you up. Right? So what's really fun for you to do? If you're the type of person who likes to dance, then you got to get into some dance classes or get some online workouts that have dancing in it. If you really like to feel tough, like I love me some kickboxing, then get into some MMA style stuff or some boxing stuff, or you know what I mean? Like figure out like what do you enjoy? Do you like riding bikes? Do you like swimming? Do you like being outdoors? Do you like being in a group setting? Ask yourself those questions, because if you're not enjoying yourself, you're not going to stick with it. You might stick with it to get to your goal, but you're not going to stick with it after that. And that has really been, the godsend for me was I found some really fun group fitness classes that I loved so much. And I still do them. I still teach fitness classes and I still take fitness classes. And I only do it if I freaking love it. I don't do it if it feels like a punishment or pain or anything like that. I'm like, I just won't. I won't. Because I know that I'm only going to stick with the things that are super, super fun. Just because it's fun doesn't mean that it's not good for you. It's actually even better because you're going to stick with it. My tips for anybody out there who is approaching exercise for the first time, or maybe for the 30th time in your life, and it's never worked for you before. Number one, you have to learn to pace yourself. You need to learn to pace yourself. Listen to your body, slow down when you need to, take breaks when you need to, get water when you need to. That doesn't mean completely stop moving your body, because that's not good either. But what I want you to do is make sure you're getting lots of fluids, lots of water. Pace yourself. You should feel like if you're exercising on your own personal level of a scale of 1 to 10, if you're working out at about a 6 the whole time, that's perfect. You don't need to be at a 9 or 10. In fact, if you are at a 9 or 10, you can only sustain that for about a minute. Okay? And then you're gonna have to do that and catch your breath and all that stuff. So you gotta pace yourself. Aim for about a 6, maybe a 7, right? But especially when you're first starting out, remind yourself, you don't have to be doing hours and hours. 20 to 30 minutes is perfectly acceptable, perfectly okay. Make sure you're pacing yourself. Pay attention to what is really fatiguing your muscles. You can do less reps. You can do less sets. You can even just walk it out for a couple minutes. Just keep your body moving, but just make sure that you're listening to your body, okay? Trust me, it's gonna talk to you and it's gonna tell you, hey, this is too much, okay? And the other thing too is you are gonna feel uncomfortable. That's another thing that you can expect. You are gonna feel uncomfortable. You're gonna feel strain. You're gonna feel weakness. You're gonna feel tired. You're gonna feel exhaustion. Yes, your heart rate's gonna pound. You're gonna experience all those things. Those aren't necessarily bad things. When you need to for sure stop and go, oh no, this is a bad thing, is if you're experiencing pain, like actual pain, right? There's a difference between I'm uncomfortable, this is hard, and uh-oh, that's like a shooting, stabbing, weird pain, or I just did something strange, okay? So listen, pay attention, go slow enough that you're really, really, really focusing on what's happening in your body. And then, of course, find something that's fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you. I hope that you're having a fabulous day. And if you want to comment below with what your favorite workout is, I'll comment mine below too. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day, everybody. Mwah. Bye-bye.